According to new reports, Donald Trump's Save America Political Action Committee, the Save America PAC, that's the one he's been using, pretty much all year to pay his legal fees. It's the one where after the 2020 election, he sent out all the emails and all the posts on social media begging people to dump money into Save America so that he could overturn the election results. And then he didn't use any of that to try to overturn the election results. But he raised more than $250 million. That's a lot. Well, they'd love to have that $250 million back at this point because the Political Action Committee, by PAC standards, is running out of money. And the reason they're running out of money is very simple. They have paid tens of millions of dollars in legal fees this year alone for Donald Trump and as many as at least 13 other co-defendants and even some potential witnesses. But the money, according to these reports, is running out. It's so bad. This is the best part of it. Save America PAC, because it's a leadership PAC, cannot spend their money to promote Donald Trump for president. So Trump had to set up a separate PAC about a year or so ago, the MAGA Incorporated PAC. That one is a political committee, and therefore it does support Donald Trump's presidential run. But what you're allowed to do, because there's really no rules whatsoever really in the Political Action Committee world, Trump gave $60 million from Save America over to the MAGA Inc. And recently, because Save America is running out of money, they had to be like, hey, MAGA Inc., we're actually going to put in a refund request. We need millions and millions of that 60 million back because, he's kind of bleeding us dry with his legal fees. So it's 12 million they asked for back. They gave him 60 and they're like, hey, you spot me 12 back because this guy keeps getting in trouble and we keep having to pay lawyers and law firms. But here's the fun part. If this Political Action Committee, Save America, continues to run low on funds, Donald Trump is going to have to make a decision. As I said, you've got at least 13 identifiable law firms that are not representing Trump, but are representing other people involved with Trump that are getting payments from this super PAC. If Trump wants to not have to dip into his own money to pay his legal fees, he's eventually going to have to cut off these other people. At which point, many of these people cannot afford the high-priced MAGA lawyers that they have right now that are being paid for by somebody else. So if that becomes the case, not only does Trump have to tell them hey, sorry, but I'm cutting you off, they're likely to lose their current counsel because they can't afford those bills and they're going to have to go with somebody cheaper. That's going to hurt them tremendously when they have to go to trial. I mean, if you have your lawyer that's been working on your case for 6 months or 12 months and then suddenly a month before your trial, you have to let them go and bring in somebody else who knows nothing about it and is working from square one, that typically does not bode well for that client. So those people could be in even more legal jeopardy and, of course, financial dire straits, which, if they get put into those financial dire straits, gives them even more reason to want to cooperate with prosecutors and possibly flip on Donald Trump. So there's one option. Cut these people off and you run the risk of them flipping on you. Option 2, of course, is let the super PAC keep paying for those people, but then you got to dip into your own money to pay for your own legal counsel, and suddenly you're spending millions of dollars a month on all of these cases, on all of these lawyers, because legal experts are estimating, by the way, that overall, all of these 4 criminal prosecutions Trump is facing, it could cost him more than $50 million just in legal fees. That doesn't include any possible settlements like the one in New York or anything like that, just $50 million in legal fees. And he has another problem with it too. If he continues to use this super PAC to pay his own legal fees, and of course, as long as people are aware of it, you have a poll that shows that 40% of Republicans think it's inappropriate for him to use donor money to pay his legal fees. So it becomes a political issue for him, it becomes a legal liability if he has to cut off the rest of the people, or it becomes a giant financial drain if he has to come out of his own pocket. Let me put that another way. No matter what the outcome is from this point forward, because the PAC's running out of money, Trump is going to be forced into a position where there's no way for him to come out on top. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.